Welcome back to the Name 5 Players podcast. I am your host, Allie Johnson, or as most of you know, that New York Ranger girl on TikTok and Instagram. Couple things before we kick off this schedule-heavy episode. I apologize about the glare from the ring light in my glasses. I ran out of contacts, so this is how you're getting me this episode. And also, yes, I am wearing a jersey this episode. It is big, it is comfy, I miss the feeling of wearing one, and it belongs to none other than JT Miller. And if you saw my last episode, you know that he is my choice for captain. So I will be manifesting it. I will be wearing his jersey until he gets announced as captain. And if he doesn't, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trocheck, and I have his jersey too, so it's fine. Also, just a funny little side note, somebody actually put my podcast name to the test this morning when I was getting ready on TikTok Live. Like, he literally asked me to name 5 players, and I had the most random hockey players at the top of my head. Like, I started naming, like, Mitch Marner, Jack Eichel, Sam Montembeault, like, the most random players, and he goes, no, Rangers only. My guy. Did you read my username? So I just rattled off the entire roster. And then he left my live. So, I just thought that was funny. And let's talk preseason, because I feel like nobody discusses the preseason games, and I'm actually so excited for those. Preseason is still hockey. I don't care if it's not like our starters. Like, who gives a shit? It's still preseason, it's still hockey, it's still your team. Preseason is just as important. Well, not really, but to me it is. Anyway, so we are playing September 21st at Prudential Center versus the Devils. Next up, September 23rd, it's a Tuesday at 7. We are playing the Boston Bruins at home at the Garden. Next up, we are playing the Fish Sticks, aka the Islanders, on Thursday, September 25th at the Garden. It's at 7 p.m. Next, we have 3 days off, but then we go to Long Island to versus the Islanders, so we're playing them 2 times in a row, but it will be at UBS Arena, and this is actually an away game that I'm going to go to. I love UBS Arena. I think it is beautiful, and I think that the food options are great. One of my only issues with UBS Arena is that damn drum. I hate it, but I get it. Different arenas celebrate different ways. It's fine. Now I'm just going to speed past these last 2. We are playing the Devils at home on October 2nd, and then we are going to Boston on October 4th and playing a matinee game. And that is our preseason schedule. Alright, to kick off the regular season, we are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins at home. It is our home opener, and Mike Sullivan will be facing off against his former team, which I think is diabolical, but should make for a very interesting game. Next up, we are on the road. We are going to KeyBank Center to take on Buffalo. It is a Thursday at 7 p.m. Did I say October 9th? It's on October 9th, and I highly recommend, if you're looking for like a long weekend, go to Buffalo. That arena is beautiful. Their fans are super sweet. They're so nice, friendly. I highly recommend it if you want to go to an away game and want, like, I mean, I didn't drive, so I don't know how rough the drive is. I flew because I had the miles for it, whatever. But yeah, KeyBank Center is beautiful. Their fans are so nice, and I highly recommend, if you're looking to go to an away game, go. Also, speaking of road trips, this weekend, like if you're trying to make a long weekend, this would be perfect, because if I recall correctly, because I was planning on doing this last season, I'm pretty sure Buffalo is only 3 hours away from Pittsburgh, and I know it's like 2 days after, but it is on a Saturday. Yeah, so the Buffalo game is on October 9th, and then the Pittsburgh game is on October 11th. So if you wanted to, you can drive from Buffalo to Pittsburgh. It's a yeah, like I said, I think it's like a 3-hour drive, and you can like knock 2 arenas off your list if you have one like me. But yeah, I fully intended on doing that exact road trip last season, but it was a little easier because they were playing Buffalo and then they were going to Pittsburgh the day after, but my mom was with me and she didn't want to do it, so we didn't wind up doing it. But yeah, so but I will say that Pittsburgh game on the 11th is something that I really want to go to. If you know me, you know I'm a Steelers fan. So the Penguins are playing the Rangers at home on October 11th, and then the Steelers have a home game on the 12th. So I would just like stay in Pittsburgh for the weekend. The only setback I have in my head, well, there's 2, is that the Steelers game starts at 1 that day, meaning it won't be over until probably like 3:34. Meaning I will have to drive 6 hours home after that. And my second setback is that there is a home game versus the Capitals on the 12th. So I wouldn't be able to make that. But I think, like, that's, like, the least of my worries, just because, like, I'm never in Pittsburgh, so that would be, like, a sick weekend to, like, knock an arena off my bucket list and then also see a Steelers game while I'm there. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. So yeah, like I said, we're playing the Capitals at home on October 12th, and then 2 days later we're playing Edmonton at home on the 14th, and then we go on the road for 2 more games. Next up, we are heading to Canada. We are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs on October 16th. That's a Thursday. And then we are going to Montreal to play the Canadiens on the 18th. That's a Saturday. I really wish these were back-to-back, like a Saturday-Sunday, because I would love to go to both of these games. But I am heavily considering going to Montreal on Saturday the 18th, so we will see about that. Next up, on October 20th, we are playing the Minnesota Wild. It is always a treat to have Zuccarello back at the Garden, and I'm sure Kenny Albert and Dave Maloney will make it a point to talk about him the entire pregame, which I love. I love that because he was one of my favorite Rangers. And then on October 23rd, we are playing the San Jose Sharks. Both of those are at home, and then we head back on the road to Canada. So October 26th, we are playing the Calgary Flames. On October 28th, we are playing the Vancouver Canucks. And October 30th, we are playing the Edmonton Oilers. In October, we are away for 7 of our 12 games. And I cannot stress the importance of those points on the road. Setting the tone early, throwing away that shit season that we just endured. I cannot stress the points we have to rack up on these road trips. Especially early, like especially the first month back. Like, we need to set that tone. Now, to kick off November 1st, we are in Seattle to verse the Kraken, and then we come home on November 4th to verse the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm very excited about this game. I am very excited, and I'm sure every Ranger fan is very excited about this game. It is Keandre's return to the Garden, and I have said this previously when we first found out he was traded. I wish him the best of luck in Carolina, and I hope they do what they think they can do with him. After reading his Instagram post yesterday, it was very emotional. It was very heartfelt. I got a little choked up. But yeah, I'm very excited to see, you know, what happens with him and how he plays for a different team. I think it'll be very interesting to see. But yes, I am very excited for this game. Moving right along, November 7th, we are playing the Detroit Red Wings on the road, and then we are coming back home to play the Islanders on the 8th, and then the Nashville Predators on the 10th. Then we are back on the road. We are going to Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning on November 12th, and then on November 15th, which is a Saturday. I'm pointing that out for a reason. We are going to Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets, and Columbus is another one that I am heavily considering. It is just a very long drive, so I will see. I think I have the miles for it, so maybe I'll make it to that one too, but we'll see. Next up, we are home for 1 game on November 16th versus the Detroit Red Wings, and then we are right back on the road. November 18th, we're playing the Vegas Golden Knights. November 20th, we're playing the Colorado Avalanche, and November 22nd, we are playing the Utah Mammoth. And I will say this, although Dallas was like the top of my arena bucket list, I would have traded Dallas and Nashville for this road trip. I've already been to Vegas, so it would really just like interest me to go to Colorado and Utah. And I will say, Colorado's on a Thursday and Utah's on a Saturday, so it's not completely out of the question, but we'll see. Then to finish off November, we are back home on November 24th versus the St. Louis Blues. Then on November 26th, we are back on the road versus Carolina. November 28th, which I think is Black Friday, we are in Boston versus the Bruins, which is a matinee game. And then on Saturday, November 29th, we are back home versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then heading into December with 54 points under our belt. I'm just kidding. That would mean we were undefeated for 2 months, which I don't see happening, but hey, wishful thinking. December 2nd, we are versing the Dallas Stars at home, and I don't know if it's because my first solo game was against the Stars, so they have like a special place in my heart. I don't know why, because they beat us in overtime, but for some reason, I don't know, Dallas just has a place in my heart. Whatever. December 2nd, we're playing them at home. Then we go back on the road to Ottawa to play the Senators on December 4th, and then we are versing the Colorado Avalanche on December 6th at home, and the Vegas Golden Knights December 7th at home. Then we are back on the road to go to Chicago on December 10th to take on the Blackhawks, and then we are home for 3 games. December 13th, we are taking on the Canadiens. Then December 15th, we are taking on the Ducks. Kreider's return to the Garden. I'm wearing my Kreider Ranger jersey that day. I've already decided. And then December 6th, I'm literally going to start crying. I'm just going to do this with tears in my eyes and try not to cry. But yeah, Kreider is returning to MSG as a Duck. I'm really going to start crying. It was for the Caps face. It was for the Caps face. It was for the Caps face. Okay. So yeah, December 15th, Kreider is returning to the Garden as a Duck. And then December 16th, we are home again versus the Vancouver Canucks. And then December 18th, we are away versus the St. Louis Blues. December 20th, we are back home versus the Philadelphia Flyers, and on the 21st we are away in Nashville. Oh my god, that's the game I'm going to. December 21st is away in Nashville, and I will be there. And to finish off December, we are away for all the rest of the games. December 23rd, we are going to Washington. December 27th, we are going to UBS Arena. December 29th, we are versing the Carolina Hurricanes, and December 31st, New Year's Eve Day. New Year's Eve Day? Is that how you say that? Whatever. New Year's Eve Day, we are back in Washington. Is it like a common thing for people to have off New Year's Eve Day? Because that game is a matinee. It's a 12:30 p.m. game. I feel like I've always worked on New Year's Eve Day. Like, gotten out early, but like still worked. But anyway, it pisses me off that the Washington games are on weekdays, because that's like an easy drive for me. Like, that's an arena I could easily go to. And we are finally in January, the game I am most excited for, that I booked as soon as they announced it. We are kicking off January in Miami. We are playing the Winter Classic versus the Panthers in Florida. I also don't understand the controversy around this game. Like, oh, hockey's supposed to be played in the cold. Shut up. You're ruining it for everybody. How are they going to keep the ice cold? I looked it up. And all it takes is a Google search. Literally, they have refrigeration systems that they install underground, and it's not during baseball season, so I'm sure they'll have plenty of time between then and April to fix the field after the refrigeration system is installed. Like, I don't understand why people have to complain about everything, honestly. Like, I am so excited. Like I said, I booked it as soon as they announced it. I booked my trip to go. And I am so excited to wear shorts and sandals and my jersey, and just, it's gonna be so much fun. Stop trying to ruin it for people. Anyway, then we are back home on January 5th to take on the Utah Mammoth, and then we are home again on January 8th to take on the Buffalo Sabres. Then on January 10th, we are back on the road. We are going to Boston, and January 12th, we are back home versing the Seattle Kraken, and the 14th, we are at home Vos? I can't speak, and this is like such a long schedule. I don't know why I signed up for this. Anyway, January 14th, we are home versing the Ottawa Senators. Again, this is another road trip that I would have loved to be on. Well, not with the Flyers. January 17th, we are going to Philadelphia to take on the Flyers, but this away trip that I'm about to tell you is something that I would love to do, but I'm going to be on a cruise with my mom, so I can't go, and it hurts, because January 19th, we are going to be in Anaheim versus the Ducks, January 20th versus the LA Kings, and January 23rd versus the San Jose Sharks. And those are all very close to each other. It's an easy road trip. Like, it's 2 flights, and you could rent a car to go back and forth. But yeah, I'm so sad that I can't do this one. And this is another game that I'm going to be missing. It is at home versus the Boston Bruins on January 26th. I do not get back from my cruise until, I think, January 28th. But that's the only home game I'm missing. So I remember last season when we went on a cruise in January, we were literally, every night the Rangers played, we were in the sports bar just like looking at the, what's it called? Like the ticker tape thing, I don't know, the thing that goes around the bar with all the scores, and they did not play a single hockey game for us, which was very upsetting. But yeah, so January 26th versus the Boston Bruins at home, that is the only game that I have no control over missing. But yeah, then January 28th, we are away in UBS Arena, and then we come back the next night we are playing January 29th versus the Islanders at home. And then to finish off January, on January 31st, we are away in Pittsburgh again. And that's a Saturday game, so I should probably see if the Steelers are playing a home game on February 1st. Okay, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Now, if we went undefeated up until February, undefeated, we would have 112 points. I'm not saying that we're going undefeated. But I'm making a bold prediction right now that we will have at least 74 points. 74 points headed into February. I know that is psychotic, but that's my prediction. 74 points. Mark it down. But yeah, so going into February, it's a short month of games. We are home for all 3 of them. February 5th is a day before my birthday. We are versing the Carolina Hurricanes, and everyone watching this better be at that game because we're celebrating. We're celebrating yours truly. Not really. I don't really do birthday celebrations. I'm going to be 33. That's not really like a big celebration. But anyway, yeah. So February 5th versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Keandre is coming back to the Garden. February 26th is home versus the Flyers, and February 28th is home versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Also, if you're watching and don't know why we only have 3 games in February, it is because of the Winter Olympics. They are from February 6th to February 22nd, and that's why we're not playing from February 5th until February 26th. All right, now we have made it to March. March 2nd, we are home versus the Columbus Blue Jackets, and March 5th, we are home versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then March 7th, we are back on the road. We are playing the Devils, and March 9th, we are on the road playing the Flyers. Then March 10th, we are back home playing the Calgary Flames, and March 12th, we are back on the road playing the Winnipeg Jets. Moving on to March 14th, it is a Saturday versus the Minnesota Wild. We are away for that. And my mom's birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, and I feel like that would be a really good early birthday gift for her. So that's an idea. She watches this, so she's gonna like text me and be like, can we do that? We'll see, Mom. And now that we're up to mid-March, I said that we would have 74 points going into February. And thinking about it, is that like unreasonable? I feel like it's not unreasonable to get 74 points, but at this point I think that we are going up to I don't want to give us like 10 points, so I'll say 82. We're gonna have 82 points mid-March. Mark it down. Okay, so then we are home on March 16th versus the LA Kings, and March 18th we are home versus the Devils. Then we are back on the road in Columbus to versus the Blue Jackets on March 19th, and then March 22nd we are home versus the Winnipeg Jets, and March 23rd we are home versus the Ottawa Senators. Then we are away versus the Toronto Maple Leafs on March 23rd, and then no, sorry, I mixed that up. March 25th. And then for the last 3 games of March, we are home for all 3 of them. On March 27th, we are versing the Blackhawks. And then the 29th, we are versing the Florida Panthers. And the 31st, we are home versus the Devils. Please, for the love of God, can we beat the Devils in at least 2 games this season? Last season was just embarrassing. All around, but especially versus the Devils. Now, the last month of regular season hockey, where hopefully we will have secured a playoff spot already. Okay, kicking off April 2nd, we are home versus the Canadiens. April 4th, we are home versus the Detroit Red Wings. April 5th, we are home versus the Capitals. And April 8th, we are home versus the Buffalo Sabres. April 5th is a Sunday, so maybe I'll take my sister for her birthday. Her birthday's on April 5th, so maybe I'll take her to that game. If you want to go. She's watching with my mom right now, I know it. So if you want to go to that game, I'll take you. And unfortunately, their last 3 games of the season are all away games. Like our last home game of the season is April 8th. Last year it was April 17th, so it's a little bit earlier this season. But yeah, so April 11th, they are going to Dallas versus the Stars, and I will be there, and I am very excited for that. And then April 13th, they will be in Florida versus the Panthers. And then April 15th, they are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that's actually a road trip. I mean, I won't do that one just because I will be coming back from Dallas on the 12th. So there's no way, unless I reroute my flight, to go straight to Florida and go to those 2 games. I just don't think it's doable. Plus, they're Monday and Wednesday games, so I'd be taking way too much time off of work. But yeah, if you could make it work, I would definitely try to go on that road trip. But yeah, that is our season. our entire season. And if you stayed this long, thank you for listening to my annoying voice for what is probably over an hour. But yeah, so my prediction is that we end this season with 96 or 97 points, which will be enough to either secure a playoff spot or at least get that first wild card spot. I don't know if that's crazy, but that is my prediction, and I'm sticking to it, and you guys can hold me to it. But yeah, I think that is a good place to end it because this has been going on for way too long already. But yeah, just a reminder, if you have any questions, comments, segment suggestions, anything you want to say to me, TikTok or Instagram, that NY Ranger Girl, or the email name5players@gmail.com, and I will get to them. And as always, I love and appreciate each and every one of you that is watching right now. I cannot express it enough. I know I say it at the end of every episode, but I mean it. And yeah, I will see you on the next one.